I think it was last week. We left off where you guys had started following the trail that led where the raiders had came from. You guys followed it up a ways, encountered a small group of stragglers, took them out. I believe you guys took some uniforms and such. Then you guys were told about a possible ambush up the road, so you guys subverted that and made camp. After, well, from there you guys sent guys just woke up from a long rest on the edge of a overlooking plateau where the raider camp sits below.
What's the scaling here?
So
Is
it
it accurate?
should be accurate, yeah.
Okay, this place is huge.
Yeah.
Help if I, unmute myself. Scream.
Double check. Yeah, it should be 300 feet right here.
Dear
Yep.
God, you're tiny.
2 2.
Ooh.
That's a big
Yeah.
camp. Alanon and Lorelai are gonna have some flying fun.
I was about to say, we got some work to do, Lorelai.
I'm zooming in on. It's like, oh, we tiny as fuck.
Well, I got a +5 stealth and a +6 perception, so let's fucking do this.
All right,
I lost sound for a second. I'm back.
+5 stealth as well, and 15 cast.
So, what are you guys able to see right now? Are you guys just able to see a circle around you, or can you guys see the spots of light that are emitting from the
We can see the spots of light and the circle
Okay.
around us.
Perfect. Okay. So you guys can clearly see from your vantage point here that there are 2 guard towers. They stand about 20 feet tall, if by your estimation. There's one in the low-lying area to the north, the northwest, that looks like to be the entry of this like horseshoe-shaped area. And then you see another one up on one of the cliff sides over to the northeast from your location. So that's something you might have to worry about flying around.
I bring up to Lorelai. I tell her to avoid any of the watchtowers because I'm able to fly high enough to where they won't be able to see me.
Just get the understanding nod. She's gonna fly around the campfires, so considering she can see them, and if she can see them, they can see her. And blow it all apart.
Mm-hmm.
And
So
this way-
what he's going to do is fly 100 feet in the air, and he's going to hit all the light spots. So you take care of the dark spots, I'll take care of the light spots.
Alright.
All right, so we got Alanon and Lorelai. You guys are going to be doing a flyover. What about the rest of you guys? What's going to go on there?
I would ask at this point in time for three of the stones, so we can do the scent markers for because we're looking for our three primary locations. So I'd ask for 3 of your magic stones there, Randy.
Well, what kind of scent do you want?
Well, I prefer liver, but I assume that you guys aren't down for that. I guess flower smells. I like
Oh,
roses,
okay.
lavender, and peonies.
I could do rose. I could do rose, little rose.
Rose. That's right, baby.
And they're not stones. They're just these little like the little teeth that you wind up and like
Like
go.
the little clacker teeth.
Yeah, they're like
Oh,
those.
that's hilarious.
But I just kind of like bend them real quick to make them look like little flowers, with 2 little walking legs. They don't actually move or go anywhere. They just like bobble back and forth. But I like hand them over to you one by one.
I'm gonna take all 3 of them, just because, like, logically, I'm a more stealthier flyer because I can see farther. But me and Lorelai will be able to reconvene in the air over the camp and
I
exchange
have
information.
5 sleight of hand. I have to land to put down.
Yeah, actually, we'll give them to Lorelai then, and then then we'll because like I might be more stealthy, but she's definitely better at fucking dropping shit in the right place.
Oh yeah, I got the stealth, I got the flight, and I got the type. So taking
Alright,
cover, not gonna be a problem.
so Crasher and Drake, what are you guys planning to do?
I'll make a flourish, and on my hand, I'll summon a gold and black owl.
Kind of glare at you a bit.
I don't even notice. I'll pet his chest a little bit. Okay, St. George, I need you to go out and why don't you find the prisoners for me and let me know when the prisoners are at. And I'll put my hand out and he'll fly off into the dark.
I would say something in Druidic as he flew off. All it would be was advising him to fly over 100 feet.
Okay.
Because I know what an owl's dark vision is, so I'm just like, fly over 100 feet.
Okay.
Oh, I know I didn't say it last session, but I'm gonna say it now. Lorelai did retake her arrows.
All right.
Back to my arrows.
I'm gonna go grab a drink of water real quick. I'll be right back.
Okay.
I did not even think about the fact that Alanon was an Alkin when I designed St. George. It didn't dawn on me. It didn't dawn on me until Dom said something when I showed him the picture last night.
He's real not happy that the dude that was just talking shit about him made his familiar an owl. He's quite peeved.
There's more to it if it comes up.
All right.
And so he tries to speak because his druidic language is owl, basically owl speech. And so, like, he just tries to tell the owl, just like, be safe, fly over 100 feet. I don't trust this guy.
All right. So, Knick-Knack, what's your plan of surveillance here?
Well, Knick-Knack has like 2 more little machines that he can give if Lorelai wants some. But otherwise, I think Knick-Knack doesn't want to be like alone, so probably just like hiding out with Drake and Crasher if they're not going in. Like part of Knick-Knack is like we should almost like try to take that up high tower, but that's
Alanon would agree with you on that, but he wants to scout first. He says, like he would be like, it is tactically advantageous if we can kill the tower guards first.
Yeah, like even if it's just like a real covert ops sort of thing, like just go in there, make sure no alarms get sound or anything like that. But that's that from a strategy standpoint, where Knick-Knack's at.
Towers better than
I can handle that if you want me to.
Yeah.
Because I said I was going to go after every lit area, so just because I can stay out of the range of their light and still see.
Stay in the dark. As for the stones, were we saving those as a distraction, or are we putting those down to go off at a later time?
We're using those to mark our target areas. Okay. And since they just release a scent, it's not going to be too, like,
obvious.
Known.
Okay, so we're doing the flyby first, and then waiting on the report from that. Okay.
The the odor is perceivable up to 10 feet away, so they're not going to be like
It's not like stanky stank.
Yeah, it's not some cushberry, but
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, we have to be
We'll
kind of
also know where they're at, like in general, too, from doing the flyby.
Sure.
So that way you'll be able to know, like, when you get there, be like, oh, I smell roses. Okay, this is where it's at.
Can you see that, Drake? Through your familiar.
Oh yes, yes, yes.
Lorelei.
Okay. All right, so you guys can move your tokens accordingly. We'll just go.
I can 6 feet in the air or 60 feet dark. So chances are Laura's gonna go about.
I'm going to
Close around
fly
the
100 feet in the air, and I'm going to just fly over every one of the lit sections.
So since you can already see those, I'll just describe as Lorelei moves. I'll just give you one each time she moves. So I guess where did you want St. George to go, Drake?
I think the owl's naturally going to avoid the light because I'm not really giving it instructions beyond. I'm not giving St. George instructions beyond just go and see if you can find the prisoners. So I would assume. Sorry, the little guy's small. I would assume probably this direction, like upward through the dark.
Okay. Lorelei, I'll let you move your token where you're wanting to go, and I'll describe what you guys each see.
Uh, yes, north, or no, going that way.
All right. So we'll start over here on the left with Al-Anon.
Oh my god.
All right.
Sorry, stranger, you're a bunch of poop poop.
You guys can each roll a perception check for me, you three.
I got a 19. And I got a 17 stealth.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and roll a stealth check too while you're at it.
And that also,
Oh,
I'm 100 feet in the air.
Lorelei! Really?
Oof.
Yeah, that's rough.
God damn.
Oh, God damn it.
We're
Get him out.
starting
Get him out.
hot.
Lorelei! We just and I have a
Does your
really good
lucky
backstory for
go
you.
through your finger?
Okay.
Well,
So
she is
13.
kind of in between two little
I don't
camps
know.
right there, so.
Can I use luck for a familiar? I don't know how that works. Let me look at the language.
Lorelei
think
got
it's-
a 1 on her stealth.
I think it's any roll you make, and then like if a creature attacks you, you can also use it on that.
I was going to say, like, luck even lets you reroll, like, attacks against you. So, like, it has to work for your familiars.
Yeah, you said lucky or inspiration? Lucky, inspiration, I would let it work, but lucky, I don't think you can.
Lucky, I think it's just for.
Can
Okay.
Can
Honestly,
I
I think I would save the luck anyway.
Can I give my inspiration to Lorelei to reroll her stealth?
Yeah. Yeah, 100%.
All right. Thank you. Okay, that's much better.
Yeah, let's
That's
go.
a natural
There we
19.
All right, so we'll go ahead and start with Al-Anon over here. So you are 100 feet up, you said. So what you can see below is several. First off, immediately you see the slopes of the cliff you guys just came off of. These slopes climb very tall, like probably 300 feet from ground level at this area. Down below in like a little cubby hole of that, you can see also that the slopes are dotted with small like cave mouths. Uh, but below you see several 10 to 25-foot tall tents that are about 5 to 10 feet in diameter. They look crudely built and decorated with animal skulls. You can see, you can't make out what they are exactly because it's kind of dark other than being directly next to the fire. But you can see small
I have
creatures.
120 feet of dark vision. It shouldn't be dark for me.
Right. Well, it's still like kind of like black and white, like lightly obscured, I guess is the language for it in the rules. So you can see that there's creatures there. There's small creatures. Like as far as like specific features from this distance, you can't really make out what exactly it is. But there's several of them kind of meandering through the.
In that case, I guess I would drop down to 60 feet, or I'd drop down to 70 feet.
Okay. Yeah, so you get a little closer and you can start to make out some features of the ones that are closer to the fires. You can tell that they're kobolds in this area. At least the ones that you can see for sure. They're all about the same size though, so looks like a encampment full of kobolds right here. You can see dotting the landscape around. There's several bushes that are about 4 to 6 feet tall and boulders that are pretty tall as well. They look like they'd be useful cover.
Did I see any way up and down the cliffs with ease of access, or are they pretty sheer?
Yeah, so at this distance, as you move a little closer, they are sheer. There's definitely like handholds and stuff you can make. The the sides look kind of fragile though, so it looks like it'd be a little difficult to move up stealthily without moving like rocks and stuff. But you can fairly easily climb up it.
Would it be easy for a normal commoner to do it, or would it be rough?
It'd be pretty easy for a normal commoner. Like climbing up's not the hard part. Staying quiet's a little bit more difficult.
Okay, got it. Okay. Do I see guards stationed in specific tents, or do they seem to be just mingling?
They seem to just be meandering around this area. They're kobolds. They don't really have too much structure to them. So yeah, nothing stands out as like commanders.
I'll continue from there then.
Okay.
There it is.
So we'll move over to St. George. So what you see from your vantage point, 100 feet up, you see several of the same tents. You see that there's another encampment to the east as well as the west. You're looking in the middle of two encampments. Once again, in these, you could make out small figures meandering about the areas between the tents. Several of them. Other than that, it's pretty clear towards the middle. You can start to see just at the edge of your vision that the ground below you starts to kind of slope downward again on the east side.
Well, St. George will continue on, looking for the prisoners as commanded.
All right. Lorelei. So you can see that the ground where you're at is definitely sloped off, probably another 50 to 60 feet or so from the eastern area. Below, you can see some. How high are you? 50 feet.
I'm 50.
So you can see figures moving below you. These look like humanoid-sized figures. You can see that they're like just to your right, there's a small, like, uh, burnt out campfire with several, like, really crappy looking sleeping, bed rolls, I guess is the word for it, kind of surrounding uh, the fire pit. The tents you see are kind of the same. They're not so crudely built though. These are sturdy and clean. Several of them have decorated paint designs of dragons on them. A few of the tents, however, are not decorated. Um,
Would I have enough suggesting that's percent or percent
um, Go ahead and roll an insight check for me.
Let's go.
Okay. Yeah, so you're looking around, like you're trying to see if this would stand out as like a commander's tent. But as you're looking around, there's a good majority of them have these designs on them. So it's unlikely that there'd be that many commanders probably in a specific area like this. So kind of deducing that it's probably not pointing out that they're commander tents.
Oh, I forgot. Lorelai is kind of she changed or made her clothes like the bandit outfit, so we spotted.
Okay.
I forgot that yeah, I like Lorelai and Colin on the bandit outfit guys. So,
Okay.
but Lorelai.
Yeah, I think that Al-Anon's just not big enough for the bandit outfits.
Lorelai
Yeah, that's fair.
had holes in hers for her wings to fit.
They're not very difficult to replicate for sure.
Yeah, no, she would have made her armor like she would have put it over her armor so that leather.
Okay.
Oh yeah, forgot to mention that.
Okay. Yeah, for sure. So that's kind of what you can see from this vantage point.
She would on that going this way.
Oh yeah, you guys can all move your tokens up where you want to go.
It's really big.
You can dash if you want.
Yeah, I'm
I
gonna
was
have
say I'm
dash
dashing.
Like, she dashed to get in the air and then dashed to get over where.
All right.
Do you need us to roll stealth and everything again, or are we still good?
No, you're good. So from what you see here, Al-Anon, a lot more of the same, really. You can see that that it looks like more kobold tents below you. You can see the guard tower coming into view up to your north, and you can see a fire burning off to your northeast as well. But these look like more of the same crudely built tents below you right here.
So I don't see anything worth really investigating further. They're still milling about normally. Doesn't seem like anybody's on guard or anything.
Yeah, they're kind of look like they're pretty chill right now. They're kind of they are kobolds, so I mean it's kind of up for interpretation, but they don't look.
A scrap here and there, but like there's not really there's not somebody standing guard at a tent entrance or anything.
Yeah, you don't see any kind of organized guard formation or anything like that.
Kind of clicks his tongue a little bit of annoyance. And he'll start to pull up as he gets closer to the watchtower.
Okay. All right, St. George. Were you able to move at all? Drake.
Oh, I'm muted. I think it's going to continue to weave its way, kind of just in the darkest areas, honestly, just because it's an owl and it's going to act within its normal instincts.
Okay.
How much movement do I have on this thing? I have a lot of movement, I'm pretty sure. So I'm kind of I'm looking more about where I want to look and less about where I'm going. I can do 120 feet if I.
Yeah, that's fine.
I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure like an actual owl, you have like 60 feet flying.
Yeah. So I'm good. So yeah, I'll kind of fly, just kind of cleaning out, I guess, looking around this area in the middle where it's darkest, avoiding the campfires until I absolutely have to go that direction to look. So I'd probably fly up to this direction, see that it runs into a couple camps, and then start swiping more. I'd have it at least that much more feet as I'm kind of heading in that direction, more to the east.
Okay. Yeah, you can see the a slope dropping off on that side as well. It looks like about 60 feet or so. You can see more tents coming into view. These are definitely a lot more sturdy, cleaner and sturdier than the last ones that you passed by. Uh, from this distance, I don't think you could probably see too much of what's going on down there. Lorelei, you start to pass over. You realize from what you've seen moving across there that only about 2 or 3 of the tents are unmarked. But as you're continuing north to your west side, you can see a few more tents. These look crudely built. It look like they're almost like mud huts, some of them. Yeah, and you can see the kobolds below as well.
Those.
All right. So I'll let you guys make your movement again.
Firefly.
It's all good. It's just a rough estimate.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I'm just making it a little shy.
Rough estimate, yeah.
Right. So at this point, everybody's moved pretty far. I'm gonna have you guys go ahead and roll another stealth check for me.
Ooh. Tyranny, stealth move.
Yeah, I can't help again.
Mm.
Oh, no, George!
God
I mean,
damn it, George.
if anybody's gonna fail, it's probably the one that's just a bird.
You know,
Um,
easily mistake it as regular owl.
Right.
These
Right.
kobolds gonna mistake it for dessert. Yeah.
Poor Saint George. They're gonna go to cut into him, start cooking him, and he's just gonna poof.
all right. So, Alanon, you're starting to move closer to the guard tower.
I have pulled up over 100 feet.
Right. You see that this guard tower is being manned by kobolds. Actually, you see inside of the guard tower itself, you see about 2 kobolds, and on the ground below it, you can see 3 more.
Okay. So 5 total, and there's not really anything else in range of them.
Aside from the slopes and stuff that you can see around you, there's not much else going on in this area.
Okay. Can I guess how far they can see out of that tower, or am I assuming that? Because I don't know whether or not they can see in the dark. And for him, it's natural for him to see really far in the dark. How worried would I be that they can see like the rest of the camp area?
So just judging off of their vantage point alone, you're pretty confident the ones on the ground probably aren't going to be able to see you. The ones in the tower stand up about 20 feet, but it is like got a roof over it. So as long as you stay in the right spots, you're fairly confident you can stay hidden.
I'm more worried about what they can see of the actual camp, like physically.
So from the vantage point of it, it looks like they got a clear view over the kobold tents you just passed, and probably a clear line of sight to the tents to the east over here.
Do I see any types of flare mechanisms or watchtower fire or anything like that?
Go ahead and roll another perception for me.
Well,
Ooh,
that's pretty good.
hell yeah. You can see that one of the kobolds inside of the top of the guard tower. There's like a little mount that he's next to on the wall, and it looks like there's an assortment of horns that look like they would be blown for an alarm system type of thing. But for flares, you don't see anything like that.
Okay, so there is some sort of warning mechanism in the towers.
Right.
Okay.
Uh,
Yeah, I'll keep that where it is.
all right. So St. George moved up a little bit. What you can see here is except more of the tents. You can see like humanoid shapes moving below you on either side. There's two encampments next to you, and then a third one to your north. From this height, that's probably all you'd be able to tell, I think.
Okay.
So keep that in mind. All right, Lorelei. So to your northwest, you see more of the same tents, the sturdier, cleaner ones. But you're starting to notice to your northeast that there's one large tent standing up, a lot bigger than the others. This one you can see several humanoid figures, as well as some like bestial-looking figures moving around the camp or the tent. Where you're at there.
That.
Yes. I think that's you guys see there. So you guys can go ahead and move tokens again.
These cliffs, are they the same as the other ones?
Yeah, they are the same. You can see now as the area below you juts towards the ground, like there's another slope about 60 feet. So the cliff sides to your north on that area get a little taller, but they are the same. They got the handholds and stuff as well. These tents you can see below you are the sturdy, clean ones. Also marked with several of them are marked with dragon paintings on the tents.
Is it still kobolds? And is there any more? Is there any more or less order to the rest of the tents in comparison to these ones?
These are more orderly. You see humanoid figures below. How far up are you right now?
I would have dropped back down to 70 feet after I got past the watchtower.
Okay. Yeah, so you can see that there's like several like what looks like the bandits you saw before in these tents. They don't seem very organized. Like their tent structures seem more organized than the others. But the people themselves seem to be kind of all over the place. Like they're just kind of meandering around. A little more organized than the kobolds, I would say, but you know.
Still nobody specifically guarding anything.
Right, yeah, no like structured like guards or anything like that.
Still haven't found what I'm looking for.
Well,
Did I notice?
He's pointed out that it's not that there's no guard. It's that because they're kobolds, they're not organized, which is
Well,
making it should
I'm
make
not
it
looking
harder.
for that one way or the other. I'm looking for specific structures that have guards.
Yeah,
Yeah,
this
but I'm
doesn't
saying
have
they're
that.
kobolds. So
These aren't
it
kobolds.
would make it
Yeah, these are bandits, the ones he's above right now.
Also, would I have recognized what weaponry they had in the tower, and what weaponry I've seen on average for each of the types of people that I've seen?
I'd say the first kobolds you saw, probably not many of them had weapons. If they did, they're probably like daggers or something small. You couldn't really tell. The ones in the guard tower, they seem to be armed with. The ones on the ground look to be armed the same. Like you're sure they have some kind of weapon, but it's small, like maybe a sling or a dagger, taking information from your previous fight with them. The ones at the top, however, one is armed with a small scimitar, and the other, predominantly, you can see is a little bit more heavily armored. He's got a little bit of leather armor on and a shield. Definitely stands out to you.
So he seems a bit different from most of the kobolds.
Correct. And he's the one next to the horns. The ones below you right now, they don't seem to be carrying weapons with them.
Okay.
If you want to make me another perception check, I'll see. I'll tell you if you can see anything like any weapon racks or anything like that in the camp.
Oh, we're not gonna let the nat 20 carry over for 3 turns.
Yeah, I'm gonna do a separate one for this one.
How about a 19 then?
Okay, yeah, you can see a couple racks. They look like they have scimitars and spears on them.
Okay, so they have weapons nearby.
Yeah, nearby for sure.
Okay.
All right. St. George, did you get to move some at all?
Do we do another movement? I don't. If we did another movement, I did not.
Yeah, I think you're in the same spot still. So.
Okay, then I would fly. Let me see, get an estimate of how far I can go here. Okay. I'm gonna fly straight this way. I'll drop down to about how far does the campfire go up? Right, it's 20 bright, 20 dim, so
Yeah.
40 total. So yeah. I'll get to about 60 feet above this as I kind of start coming in closer to people, because that would be where I'm looking for my prey, quote unquote. So, yeah, I'll drop down to about 60 feet and I will start scanning everything, these tents and stuff.
Okay. So you see,
I'll drop down to about the same height to go start hunting.
so you can see that these tents are the same I've been describing with the sturdier, cleaner ones with the dragon paintings. There is difference between the two tents you're near right now, though, or the two sets. So the one to your east, you can start to see the people coming into view. They look like bandits. The ones... Actually, no. Those two areas do have the same types of people there. So yeah, it's more bandit encampments. It looks like from where you're standing right there, or flying. Kind of unorderly folks, kind of meandering about below. Let me double check that. Yeah. Yep. Okay. So that's pretty much what you see there. Lorelei, you've gotten a little closer to the big tent. You can see that the tents to your west, you can see the people moving around. They seem fairly structured. Like they're not just all out and about, all willy-nilly. Like you see a couple of them tending to business they got to do, but they're mostly staying in their tents for the most part, as well as whoever is around or in this tent is probably in there. The ones you're seeing that are circling the tent appear to be some kind of patrol groups. As you're kind of flying over for a little while, you can see that there's 4 of them, 4 groups, and you can see. I'll share some handouts with you guys so you can kind of get an idea what you're looking at.
I think
Is
we
the-
might
is
have
the-
found something.
There is what I'm looking at.
Yeah, let me. Sorry, it's on the wrong layer.
I'm not seeing anything on my
Yeah. There you go. Now you should see some tokens, I believe. Yeah. So, what you're looking at is.
Oh.
Well, so what numbers are we looking at so far? Like, because we've each gone through a large section of this camp. Like, how many people would we have seen on average?
So kobolds, you've probably seen roughly together. Probably at least 80 kobolds between the 3 of you.
We know that the camp
The
is close to at least 150 to 200
Yeah.
yeah. Several bandits as well. Probably from what you've seen so far, maybe like 50. But the number he gave you is looking pretty accurate. I'll say that.
Okay, so we're still within range of what we were expecting.
Yeah. So you see the bestial type figures look like this, Lorelei.
Oh, guard drake. Okay.
The bandits you guys have been seeing look kind of like this. Uh, Actually, I don't have a picture of those specifically, but they just look like your run-of-the-mill bandits, kind of just like.
Do you have a picture of those armored up kobolds?
Yeah, actually.
Just trying to gauge whether or not they'd make my feathers ruffle.
That's fair. Mm-mm-mm.
I know those guard.
Let's see if this pops up in the chat.
Ooh, yeah.
That's kind of what you're looking at there.
Oh, they're special kobolds.
Yeah, you've only seen one of those so far. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just going off the assumption that I'm going to see one in the other guard tower as well.
That's fair. Yeah, so do you have any questions about yours, Lorelei?
Lorelei favorite enemy is dragon. So
Oh.
so she would know exactly what they are.
Yeah, I'd say so, yeah.
Okay. There's like 4 of them up there?
You see 4 patrol groups. Each one looks to have the bandits there actually look different. I can show you a picture of those. Those look like these guys.
Okay.
And they are each one has a guard drake with them.
Or soldiers, one, at least one Drake.
Correct. So yeah, with that,
And
you
there's
guys can.
I'm guessing.
Correct. Yeah. You're 50 feet off the ground, right?
Yeah.
What's your passive perception?
That is
15.
I'd like to make a side note that I'm making small notes on a little piece of paper.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I don't think that would be enough from this distance to pick up on anything, but yeah, that's kind of what you see there. So yeah, you guys
That
can
makes
make
me want to go
movement.
investigate even more.
That's fair. I mean, this is obviously a special tent compared to the others, from what you
Oh,
can
yeah.
tell. So yeah, you guys can take your movement.
Yeah, that's as far as I
Gonna
can go with my
gonna kind of
height
loop around
change.
the backside here.
Okay.
But she's gonna actually go up another.
Okay. With this one, I'm gonna have you guys go ahead and roll another stealth check.
Inspiration. I knew I was going to roll bad at some point in time.
While they're like
Oh God,
doing
it's
all
Lorelei.
that, can I have ritual casted alarm just like around where we're at with like the mental ping to go off in my head if anybody was like patrolling around and sneaking up on us?
Yeah, 100%.
Cool.
For sure. Okay.
Sure do hate using all these nat 20s on not death.
Yeah.
We could have used them like a week ago.
When I had my other character,
Okay. So you're kind of moving around that tent there, Lorelei. 13, 25. Okay, Alan, is that where your movement takes you there?
yeah, because I had to drop back down to 70 feet, so it took me a little bit extra to get to where I'm at.
Okay. So pretty much more the same there. St. George, you can see that the tents below you, they go from like having the humanoids below kind of like meandering about outside, to where they're more structured, it seems, and they seem to be like in their tents more on the south side. The guard tower is definitely in clear view to your east, and I think that's what you can see right there. You can see the fire emitting in front of the large tent over to your south, I guess. Probably see that.
Okay.
So Lorelei, you're looking around. You feel pretty comfortable that you're hidden from the people patrolling the tent, but you look up at the guard tower and you start to see some movement happening. It looks like there's some humanoid figures that are manning this tower.
uh, she's going to try to act casual, like she's patrolling herself. All in the air.
Okay, I'm gonna have you roll a deception check with disadvantage.
Okay. Oh boy. Oh, okay. Not so bad.
Okay.
Just easier to roll twice.
All right, so you're trying your best to look like you're patrolling from the air. It's kind of hard to do, uh, but
Yeah, especially when you're 50 feet in the air.
You're trying your best. You still see some movement happening over in these towers over here. They're starting to. A couple of them are starting to move up to the top portion.
Are they looking like they're noticing me? Like I'm
They look like they may have noticed you.
okay. I'm gonna kind of drop my stone and fly. No. She's just gonna start making her way towards the ground as if she's just like out for a fly and got a little too close and may have been caught or something.
All right. I would like to say your intelligence isn't below 10. You know
No.
that your race has not been spotted anywhere in this entire camp.
This is true, but she's still gonna act like she belongs. She is wearing the bandit garb, so
All right.
I will-
Do whatever you.
I will
she's
say
gonna
that
try to blend in if she can. She's not the most charismatic character, but she's smart enough to pull off a con if she needs
I will say that the from what you guys seen in the battle in Greenest, a lot of the bandits look like pretty common people. Like there's a mix of all kinds of races within the bandits ranks. So it's
So
not too outlandish
to.
to
So
think.
there may be a tiefling or two in the bandit.
Right. It would be logical to deduce that. Yeah.
Yeah, we're still devils.
The problem is you're right next to the Big Ten by yourself.
Yeah, well, if anything, I have words.
So
There.
Lorelai moves down towards the ground. The other two, you guys can make your movement.
Just gonna land in the dark.
Okay.
More like
Don't be suspicious. Don't
Don't.
be suspicious.
like
Don't be
land
suspicious.
and then walk like maybe 10 feet towards the edge of the air like I'm just walking. Like not towards the other 10. Just walking towards the hill.
Yeah. You look like you've kind of almost put yourself out of sight of the guard tower above, like with the overhang of the cliff. So as you're flying by St. George, you can see that you've been keeping an eye on Lorelei in the air over there, and you can see that she's moved towards the ground. Alanon, you start to come up on some more encampment sites to your south and to your east. Lorelei, as you land on the ground, it looks like the patrol group on the north side of the tent has spotted you and is moving over to your location.
He is going to drop one of the stones.
Okay.
What's up?
What's your business here?
Looking for a private place to go pee.
You need to move. You need to move back. You're not allowed to be around the tent. Everyone knows this.
Yeah, but look, there's no really private place to take a people, and I really gotta go. Doing now a slight like gotta go to the bathroom dance. But yeah,
Look.
I'll go up this way, and she'll wait.
Yeah, he kind of gives you like a look as he's like standing there, making sure you leave. Like he doesn't seem to be playing any games.
Yeah, no, she figured it out real quick.
Yeah. All right, so you guys can make your movement again.
Okay. Seeing that one of the other hunters may have caught or got wind of some prey, I think St. George will head this way, kind of in a circular pattern, see if he can get an eye what's going on.
Oh, did you want me to do a sleight of hand? Because she did drop one of the stones right here.
Yeah, we'll see if they notice that. You said it looks like a flower, right, Nick Nack? Oh, he might not be there back yet.
Dirty funny. Yeah.
Yeah, he said he shifted around to look like a little mechanical flower.
Yeah, he doesn't seem to notice that. He's kind of just staring at you, making sure you leave. Alanon, more of the same. You can see towards the south, the tents, the people in the tent section to the south seem to be getting more organized the further south you go. Like they seem to be hiding in their tents more. Not really like a guard structure necessarily, but yeah, they look a little bit more organized.
What about these big tents? Is there anything special about them?
No, that's just artwork for the map. They're all kind of various sizes, but they look mostly the same.
Okay, but it does look more structured to the south.
Correct. Yeah, far just towards the edge of your dark vision there. St. George,
Is the weapon situation still the same?
still the same, yeah, in these areas here. The St. George, so you can see the large tent to your east and the patrolling guards. Go ahead and roll a perception check for me.
Okay.
Can I ask quick? Would
Sure.
Lorelai be intelligent enough to deduce that either a commander's tent or
Yeah, so with the amount of guards there, I'd say you're probably able to deduce that's probably more likely a commander's tent than prisoner's tent.
got it? I'm the commander's tent, guys. They don't know that. This is being done.
Okay, so not able to notice a whole lot. You can see a few more tents to your southwest, just towards the edge of your dark vision. Yeah, so you guys can go ahead and make your movement once again. Try to speed this up here a little bit.
So do a flyby of the tower and get it within vision because I
Mhm.
want to see if they match up with the other tower. But then
Yes.
I head south directly after that.
Okay, yeah, so you move over there, and you can see that these are, in fact, more bandits that are manning this tower instead of kobolds this time.
Are they geared the same way as the other bandits, or
These are, yes. Um, the ones in the tower are. They look like the ones that you guys had fought in Greenest. They look up like the more heavily armored ones, the thicker leather armor. But they do look like the regular bandits. You can see that they look to be heavily on lookout right now. You're careful to like get in their line of sight too much, but you can tell from that distance that they are definitely on the lookout for something.
can I tell what direction they're looking?
Yeah, they're looking more towards the south.
Okay, I would probably alter my course a little bit.
How far up are you above the tents?
I went I was at 70 feet, then I went up when I went towards the guard tower, and then I went back down to 70 feet.
Yeah. So towards the south, the few that you can see tending to business outside of the tents in the south part of the encampment, these look a little different. They look to be kind of like robed. See if I can find a.
Do you want me to roll a perception check, or do you want me to, or can I just tell what they are?
I think this one you can just tell what they are. That's a good picture.
Ooh.
Yeah, sure, good enough. They look robed, like some of them, and the others look like this.
Yeah, he's given a whole big "what the fuck is that?"
They look like robed. like priests maybe, but they have these weird masks on. The others look like this.
Okay, this is going to take a little bit of further investigation.
Yeah. So that's what you see. St. George. Go ahead and roll another perception check for me. Killing it.
George doing great. I mean, it's
So what you do notice is that there's a large, like you've noticed that the slopes have like had these like small dotted like cave opening type structures in the sides, but this one looks like to be on like a full on cave mouth right over to your east, just towards the edge of your dark vision, like leading inside of the cliffside here. Definitely. Yeah, so you guys can go ahead. Oh, Lorelei, did you make any more movement?
She's making her way.
Yeah.
So she's kind of hugging the wall here to kind of stay out of the sight of the tower.
For sure.
And when
Go.
she's good enough, just gonna
Okay. Go ahead and roll me a stealth check while you're
Alright.
on the ground.
Come on, that's crooked. Okay, that's fine. Looks like it landed on the tree. Cocked on the corner.
Okay, good. So Knick-Knack and Crasher and Drake, meanwhile, friends are taking a little longer than expected to get back. Is there anything you guys want to be doing in the meantime?
I think Knick-Knack has his alarm set. Like he can only see 60 feet out and like just gets glances of like the others that are scouting every once in a while. But he can't really see shit, so he's just like a little antsy about the whole thing.
Okay.
Hey, Knick-Knack, you think with your like little knickknacks, toys, I don't know what, whatever you call those things, you think, what if I turned into that half dragon guy we met yesterday? Remember how the kobolds kept talking about the kobolds or humans didn't seem like they, or bandits, I guess, didn't seem like they trusted each other? What if we recorded something like, the humans have betrayed us, kill all the humans, and drop them in the kobold camps? But in that guy's voice. I can even do it in Draconic if we needed to.
So that goes back to my question of how many of those did I actually pass out?
You passed out the 3 to Lorelei.
Okay.
Well, yeah, you passed them to me, and then I gave it to Lorelei because she. I'm gonna role play it as she pickpocketed one of me and said, "Are you sure you want these?" And then I was like, "No, you should probably have them," and then handed her the rest of them.
Okay. Then I have 2 more. So, well, that's pretty genius. If we can get these guys all fighting each other, then we could just go run in and out and have no problems.
Think it'll work?
I don't know. What do you think, Crasher?
Like she's asleep.
Just like.
Let me nudge him real quick.
All right.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it didn't. I don't think Crasher's gonna get have oppose the plan. Why don't we just record the message real quick? Should we do it in more than one? You think we should drop them in like multiple areas?
Well, with your little owl feather, did did do you know what we're kind of looking at over there?
Oh, he went way out of my range almost immediately. St. George knows how to do his thing. He'll be back when he finds what he's looking for.
So, do you think we should try to sneak in there? I'm not very sneaky.
I'm not particularly sneaky either. I don't really see well in the dark.
I mean, I can see okay, but I I'm kind of loud. These heels, they click when I walk.
They're fabulous, by the way. I meant to compliment you earlier, but I completely forgot.
Well, thank you. Oh my God, there's some mud on there. Just quick prestidigitation on my shoe, real quick.
Well, maybe we'll prep the devices, and then when they get back, because we'll need one of them to deliver the device.
Yeah, why aren't they back yet?
Oh, it's taking them forever, isn't it? It's like they're going so slow.
I mean,
We're dashing every turn.
I'm gonna go ahead. I'll change into the half dragon, and I'll start practicing my lines.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'll start prepping my two little. These ones actually do look like little teeth, with the feet.
Love it. Okay. All right. So carrying on over here, I don't think you guys haven't made movement, so you guys can go ahead and make your movement.
All right. How tall is this cliff face here?
The one there is about. If you're looking at it straight on where you just pointed at, it's probably about 60 feet up, but it kind of tapers off to the further south you go. Like
it's 10 feet below me as I am right now.
correct.
Okay, I will go and land right there.
Okay.
And I want to see these movements of these interesting troops.
Okay. Go ahead and roll a perception check for me. All right. What kinds of things are you looking for?
Well, they're different from the rest of them. So I kind of am trying to figure out what their goal is, like what is their purpose. But mostly I want to see if there's like a guarding element. Like I'm still looking for the same things I was looking for before. Like, are they guarding a specific tent? Why are they there? What are they armed with? Does it seem as though they have special capabilities?
Okay. All right. So yeah, you go to kind of like get a better vantage point to kind of just chill out. Go ahead and roll me a stealth check while you're on the ground too, while I'm looking at my notes here.
I am just peeking over the edge. Do I get advantage?
Yeah, I'll give you advantage. There's nothing like really behind you.
Wow, that's insane.
Okay.
Could have been worse.
I don't have anything to fix that either.
Luckily, you're in a good spot right now. So, you're realizing that the ground's a little crunchy where you're at.
Yeah, he's just like, I should have just stayed in the air. Like, but he just kind of wanted to rest. He's been literally dashing every turn for like the past fucking 8 turns. He's just like, I need to fucking take a breather for a second.
So you're watching the folks below you, and you got a good glimpse at the tents just right below the cliff face here. And you're seeing a small like section between 3 tents, like just in the middle. It looks like the people down there are doing something. Looks like a group of cultists, yeah, these guys look like cultists, not just bandits. I'm at the wrong one. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So you see like a couple of the cultist looking ones, and then one of the robed ones. Like probably a group of 5 or so of them. They're standing around a circle with several like symbols drawn onto the ground. Do you speak Draconic?
I do not.
Okay. You hear them like chanting stuff, but you can't really make out what they're saying. Um,
Can I roll something to try to remember it and then repeat it to one of the party members?
try to remember like what they're saying.
What they're saying. Like it's just like you hear Japanese or something, and
Yeah.
just go and repeat that back to somebody. Be like, what does that mean?
I'll let you do a performance check.
I was really hoping you were going to do wisdom. Yeah, because this isn't really about me performing how well they do it. It's mostly about me memorizing what they're saying.
Right. Yeah, like you think you got the words down, but the accent not quite catching.
I mean, the accent doesn't matter if the words are right, but whatever.
I don't know. But yeah, so you can hear them chanting, and they keep shouting this one as you're kind of trying to focus in on like paying attention to what the words are they're saying. Um, you start to hear one over and over again, and you see the symbols start to glow, and then the robed figure starts to lift up off the ground, slowly like levitating off of the ground, and then you can hear the cultists begin chanting in common, "All hail Tiamat! All hail Tiamat!"
Oh man. I don't know the name of the figure in my dreams, do I?
I don't think you know of Tiamat yet.
Because I don't think I actually know what it is. I mean,
Yeah,
as a player, obviously I do.
yeah, yeah. In
Uh,
character, I don't think so.
but a guy floating off of the ground is fucking problematic, period. And um, he's going to make a beeline back to everybody else.
Okay, that's reasonable. All right. St. George and Lorelai, you guys can make some movement.
I just made my movement. I think St. George would find a decently high rock by this cave over here.
Okay.
Something that's out of reach of like anything that might get to me. Owls are ambush hunters, so he's going to find like somewhere that's got a good view into the cave and around the area so that he can get a good idea of what's around here. I'm also hoping I can get a look into the cave.
Okay, go ahead and roll a perception check for me.
Man, I'm killing it tonight.
Oh man, St. George is the goddamn goat, dude.
Dude, he's, he sees a mouse. I don't know if he sees prisoners.
So the only thing that really stands out to you, like it's pretty quiet around this area, except you can see 2 heavily armored guards guarding the entrance to this cave area.
I will say, I would like to say before I leave, I cast Druidcraft on the ground.
Okay.
Right at the cliff top, and grow the grass there like up like 3 feet real quick. So there's just like one tuft of tall grass, and then I just fly off.
Okay.
I just realized I'm supposed to be getting advantage on these because
Oh yeah, you
has
owl shit, man.
Yeah.
advantage on ones that are seeing and hearing. So
My bad. I forgot about that.
No, you're good. I should have said something.
Yeah, go ahead and roll it again.
There we go.
Alright.
Holy shit, George! You have eyes.
Right?
Okay.
He's just like mouse. Oh, people.
Oh, forgot to dilate my pupils real quick.
Forgot, I'm
Uh,
a night.
His issue is that he zooms in too far.
I'm only an owl whenever I'm called. The rest of the time, I'm a discombobulated spirit. So you got to cut me a break.
okay. So
Oh yeah, I'm an owl right now.
you do clearly see the guards, like I described before, staying out front. But you try to get a peek inside. It's hard to really get a good view in there, but you can see, like it kind of opens to like an entry chamber, like kind of a wide chamber. You can see like a column in the middle of the chamber, and you see some movement. You can't tell what's exactly in there, but you can see some movement coming from, like happening within that entry part of the cavern there.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. Lorelei, you're sticking to the walls. You're doing pretty good to stay out of sight of the guards up above. You're pretty confident they can't see you from where you're at.
Yeah, he is gonna take off a little bit off the ground, but he's gonna try to like stick
Okay.
as she is going to slowly make her way back. She thinks she found the commander's tent. She hasn't seen much else, so figures that.
Okay. Okay. Fair enough. All
She's
right.
not gonna go very far. Up
All right. I'll check back in with the three of you on the cliff. Are you guys gonna put some plans into action right now, or are you kind of waiting on word for a minute?
I think we're just like prepping to uh to drop those little talk boxes.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. So I'll let the other three of you go ahead and make your movement again.
No rash decisions here from the the
Right.
side.
Right. All right.
How high is this cave?
The entry, uh, as you're looking inside, it looks like the ceilings are probably about 15 feet high. Hope that covers that.
I have not confirmed to the prisoners yet. St. George is going to fly into the cave. And then
Okay.
do that weird thing that birds do where they're like flying around like erratically, and then land on something.
Okay. Are you trying to be stealthy about it, or just going in like?
Just being a
Balls in.
bird that flew into an area they're not supposed to be in. Like, you know what I mean? Just completely being full bird.
Okay. To get in there, you're gonna have to move. Well, 15 feet. You're tiny.
Yeah, I'm definitely hugging the ceiling because I don't want anybody to
Yeah.
grab me or touch me.
Just out of range for them being able to get you, the ones in the front of the cave. So yeah, they're kind of swiping at you. They're like, what the hell? And you kind of fly in there like erratically. I'm gonna do my best to describe, so I don't have to keep switching back and forth on maps. So what you can see inside. You can see two of the. I think you had spotted the cultist looking guys in the black garb. You see two of them. They quickly notice that you are have flown inside there. see here. Okay. Let's see. Okay, go ahead and roll a perception check with disadvantage as you run in like a crazy bird trying to get a.
Does it cancel out my advantage?
If you have advantage, straight roll then.
Okay. I like that better than disadvantage.
Yeah, for sure.
Killing it.
7.
And
All
we're
right.
back to being St. George, baby.
Okay. So you see this like 10, let's see, 5, 10, 15, 20. So you see about a 40-foot wide cavern. You see like 3 columns in the middle, kind of scattered throughout. As you fly in, you can notice that there's a steep drop off just on the far eastern side from the entrance. Looks like there's like a small staircase that leads downwards there. It's about a 10-foot drop off. That's about what you can see as you scoop in to get a quick view and are heading back outside.
Yeah, definitely heading back out immediately. I can do 120 feet, so I'm going to go in, swoop around, and fly right back out.
Yeah, for sure. They're still swiping at you as you're trying to leave, but they aren't able to quite get to you. You see one pulling out a bow and arrow, so you feel like you better get out of there.
Yes, what, 40 in, 40 out. Got another 40 or so I'll use whatever I got left to cut down like this way.
Alrighty.
Out there, I think.
Right. I don't think you've made any movement yet, Al-Anon, have you? Maybe a little bit.
No, okay.
All right. So I think this is where you passed by before, so nothing too new here.
Well, this is a new camp for me, but I think somebody else already passed by it, so we know this.
Oh,
I
right.
think this is just a kobold camp.
Yeah, it is. It is. I think Lorelei and St. George passed by. That's right.
I'm still not within range of everybody else yet, so
Yeah.
Unfortunate.
So I think that was movement from everybody. That turn, I'll let everybody go ahead and make movement once again. And you are able to reach the cliff edge there, Al-Anon.
I drop to like skimming the ground and still am at full speed trying to get back to everybody.
Okay. Lorelei, you feel pretty confident that you're out of view from the guard's tower from where you're at here.
Woo!
However, let me see. You see, you see like this kind of log in the middle of some bushes as you're kind of like passing by. You're trying to stay hidden as much as possible, but you hear like crying. You think coming from over there. You kind of look over and you see like a man and a woman. Like they're bandits. They're kind of sitting on this log, like kind of embracing each other. And they're kind of like both sobbing.
Bandits on a log crying. Curiosity is gonna hit Lorelei.
Okay.
Gonna kind of like casually land behind, about 30 feet.
Okay.
And kind of y'all okay?
They kind of look up at you and they're like, no, yeah, we're fine. We're fine. We're good. Like,
Sounds like good.
can I tell you a secret?
Listening.
Can't tell any of the other bandits around here.
Dude, do I look like I'm gonna tell other people?
They're kind of both looking at you and like they're kind of both talking, but they're explaining that they were about to lose their house. They were collecting taxes on them and they couldn't pay it. But they explained that they, out of the despair of losing their home, they met a guy that told them about this group that could get them riches. But they're starting to regret their decision for joining the group.
They want help?
They'll kill us if we leave. You know this.
Yeah. Come on. Up every day. How are they gonna know you? I mean, look at how many of us there are. And walk out of here, no one will notice.
Well, I don't know. We're so far from home. We've already went through so many towns.
Okay.
Been
Look at
traveling
other
for
towns
weeks.
just ransacked. Surely they're not gonna care about.
Are you kidding? They'll murder us if we show our faces over there again. I'm sure at least a few of them seen us.
Well, play dumb. Of course, do. Look, I grew up with 10 siblings, right? Trust me. Pity comes when you need it.
Why are you helping us? Usually, everyone here is so cold.
Because I'm a sucker for snob.
Try to plan an escape, but it
Well,
seems so dangerous.
can I tell you a secret?
Sure, I suppose that's fair.
Can I do an insight check to make sure they were telling me the truth?
But yeah, go ahead.
Good.
I was
Yeah.
really hoping you were going to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so not only can you tell that they are telling the truth, most likely, like they're definitely seem genuine. You can tell that they are very nervous. That like they are. You can see it in their eyes. Like they are far away from home and they don't feel safe. Just the female kind of gets up and gives you a hug and then quickly looks around and like brushes himself off.
No touch. No touch.
No,
Hey, cool.
sorry.
Hey, cool.
Right.
Look. Just if you're down.
You see him kind of like visibly like take a couple steps back. Like they're not like alerted, but they're like cautious. Like, oh my gosh, this is so dangerous right now. Yeah, if we could save some poor souls, we would be forever grateful.
Everybody. What? In the future,
Is-
this ain't the way.
They kind of nod their head and they're like, right. Yeah, we better go back to the camp before We're spotted. You better get out of here. Your secret's
I'm
safe with
already-
us.
I'm already on my way out. What were you focused
That is a good question.
More importantly, you should let them know not to fight us.
Do they know where the prisoners are at?
on? That's what she was trying to discern. They might know.
Are you asking them?
Yeah, she is. She does kind of vaguely ask. Yeah, know where any particular might be, or anyone might be held. Previous place.
Okay. Let me tell you their names, and then I will.
Me. You're alive with a good heart. It's like.
Do-do-do-do. Okay, let's see. So the male's name he tells you is Bill, and the female is Jonah.
Okay.
Jonah and Bill. You ask him about the prisoners. You said, right? Let's see what they know.
That is the best question to ask somebody that you're trying to save, is where the rest of the prisoners are.
Say that
That and where the
trying
treasure
to
is.
seek them out with other prisoners as opposed
Okay. Yeah. Says, well, I saw them. Bill's like, I saw them coming in. They were loading the carts of loot over by the commander's tent, and they took the prisoners off, and I think they put them in the south encampment, just in that little cubby below the Cobalt Hill. It's all the way to the south. There was one one of the wearers of purple. They grabbed him and took him off. I'm not sure where they put him though.
Look, of course, it's got to be the guy we were looking for.
He's probably in that damn cave I just looked at.
afraid him. Not the why. Did he?
I don't know, the dragon lady. She seemed to have some kind of special interest for him. Yeah. We better get out of here before we get caught. They nod at you and they kind of like start to look around and head back towards the camp. Okay. All right. And St. George, I don't think I've gotten to you yet. So you, from where you're at right now, spot like
Rolled a 15.
Okay. Yeah. So you spot a lone humanoid figure just over here. You don't see any movement coming from him, but you do spot a figure out in the middle of the field.
Does he seem alive or dead?
Go ahead and roll a medicine check for me.
George.
Oh, dear
For
God.
real. For
George!
real. He doesn't look like a mouse, that's for
Breathing.
sure.
Yeah. Usually, for an owl, no movement equals dead and boring.
It is still a check based on sight, though, correct?
Well, he's already seen him. I don't think it's the sight part necessarily.
Okay. I mean, okay, if we want to like rules lawyer it, let's see what does the specific language say? The owl has advantage on wisdom perception specifically checks to rely on here. Because I was gonna say medicine is a wisdom check, but it does specifically
It's not
say
a perception
perception.
check. I was gonna.
Sure.
That's what I was going for. I was just like, it is a wisdom check based on sight.
Yeah, perception though is what you're looking for.
Oh, it's okay. St. George's got character. That's all this is.
For sure.
All I know is who the shittier owl is. That's all I'm saying.
If you thought it was a contest, I'm glad that you're self-assured.
So to kind of speed this up so everybody can get a chance to
Yeah.
interact with some stuff here, is there anything else you need to know about your area, St. George or Lorelei?
No, Lorelai's coming back to the party.
I'm
Okay.
basically gonna fly this route, kind of land, go here, and then fly back that way. So I can do just
So you can see that
if
all
you
these
want-
tents contain the like higher ranking looking.
I would also like to
Figured.
state that everybody knows that we split off in certain directions and that each of us covered the other areas, so there's no need to go back through zones that other people have covered.
For sure.
Well,
Yeah, I
Laura
think-
was gonna go this way, but the guy walked up, so she had to back.
Yeah, I was just stating that like that would be common sense for us on a scouting mission.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so you
Laura
guys-
was gonna back. No, go the other.
The only reason I'm going back through the middle is because I saw something terrifying.
There.
You guys are able to reconvene back on the cliffside. You see Drake, Crasher, and Knick-Knack getting together. They're about to head out, going to.
Oh,
And
so
I
what
can
are
play.
you? What are you three up to?
I'm dramatically reenacting like a speech in Draconic as the half dragon that Crasher fought the door with
I
yesterday.
know Draconic, so.
Yeah, he would
The
like
humans have
as
betrayed
I
us.
would fly up
Attack
and
them.
just be like,
Kill
"All
them
right."
all.
So I don't know if you guys know what this means, and I'd try the best I could to reenact like the chant. And I don't know if you know who Tiamat is, but apparently this person is chanting for their glory and floating in the air right now. So we got to do something ASAP. They're
Al-Anon.
doing some sort of spell.
If
Alan
you
on
say
roll.
Tiamat, I drop out of the half dragon form completely.
Okay, I was gonna say if you want to say that to Al-Anon, you can roll a performance check to see if you can replicate it decently enough, but it's gonna be at disadvantage.
Would Lorelai know what the name Tiamat means? How her favorite name is dragon.
I'll give you a history check with advantage. Lorelai. 14. Okay. So, like I said, you get the word across, but the dialect is a little off. But
Tiamat, though, was in normal common.
yeah, Tiamat, you got. I'm talking about the chanting.
The chant, yeah. So I
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
know what the chant is, and I absolutely have no idea. But hopefully, I was able to at least repraise it gratuitously.
Yeah. So, if you want to try to, when you guys want to try to understand this, that can speak Draconic. If you want to roll an insight with disadvantage, we'll see if this goes through.
Yeah, why not?
Moment, my cat just went bleh on the floor.
Cat life.
Yeah, well,
Ooh.
I think Star just scared the bejesus out of me. Insight?
Insight with disadvantage.
Ooh,
Ooh.
that's a.
It's like he's trying to speak to me. I know it.
So, Drake, you're the closest to being able to get it. You think it could be one of three words, but you're not completely sure which one. It's either die, buy, or fly. It was one of the ones he was saying.
I mean, it's
That's all I got.
it sounds a little bit like you're saying by or fly, die.
Look, honestly, none of that is really important. The floating, glowing signature on the ground with them chanting "All rise to Tiamat" is more my
that's
issue.
not. I thought that's what you said. That's not a. You specifically, you're sure you heard the word Tiamat.
All glory to Tiamat, chanting and repetitive notions while somebody is floating in the middle of a glowing magical circle.
No.
Who's
You had to have.
Tia?
That could not have been what you heard. You had to have heard something different. It could not have been Tiamat.
What is Tiamat?
The mini Maud, the Dark Lady, Tiamat.
Okay, that's great. You've said a whole lot of words right now, and I need you to tell me what they mean.
The 5-headed queen of evil dragons.
You
You never
said
heard of Tiamat?
5-headed? Wait, do those 5 heads do different elements?
Yes, sure. They represent different dragons. It's Tiamat.
You
don't understand.
you see
This is
him
not something we need to
actively
leave.
just like drop to the ground. Like he
We need to leave.
basically loses like
What?
rubbers onto the ground. And
Al-Anon,
it
you
just
okay?
it's what's from my dreams. I see green, blue, red, yellow, and black scorching the earth to nothingness.
Well, that sounds bad.
That's Tiamat. That's Tiamat.
We need to stop that right now. I don't know what they're doing. We need to stop it right now.
I mean,
Can we do that? Can we stop them right now?
Do we have any way to get them to maybe get? Can we make them fight each? Like, can we make them fight each other? We can't attack them? There's too many.
I think that's what they were working on when we got back. But also, I should let y'all know. Prisoners, they're in the south encampment near Cobalt Hill. And
Okay.
apparently a lady wearing purple robe, dragon lady, grabbed the guy that we probably need and took him somewhere, don't know where. Also, there's 2 people that's in the encampment that I just happened to befriend.
You
Okay,
made
that's-
friends. That's nice.
All
St.
right.
George says that he couldn't find the prisoners, but he did find some strange cave. He said he flew in, and there was the images he sent to me look like stairs, or there's some people wearing strange robes. Maybe that's where they took that prisoner.
Oh, by the way, also found
I would say the ritual is, and then I just point to where it's at. So there's a large tuft of tall grass right above where the ritual is at.
Oh wait, no, I had all 3. I do.
So you have them,
I have all 3. Yeah, I thought.
and that also wasn't one of our targets.
Also, found the commander's tent. Dropped one of your little toys, knick-knack. I did not drop the other 2 because get that. But they have guard traits around the commander's tent, so I don't think walking in is going to be a good idea.
I would say also the northwestern watchtower has some sort of special kobold. He has armor and better weapons than the rest of them. And the
Nice.
watchtowers all have a way to summon or raise an alarm.
Yeah, the one in the
Okay.
northeast, I got
But
close to. Almost got spotted.
It seems as though the camp is split in half. Seems as though most of everything I saw was kobolds until I got to the northwest. But everything to the east and all the way to the south is all kobolds.
Drake, that means our plan might work.
Also, the treasury
Yeah,
guards are
yeah,
outside
you're
the
right. You're
tent.
right. We should definitely do business as usual. Yeah, we came up with an
What's your
idea
plan?
that could possibly help with this.
Well, see, I have these, and I pull out my other 2 little trinkets that look like the mouths. And I'm like, well, we was gonna make them say that the humans betrayed the kobolds, and then we and hopefully they just because they don't seem to like each other that much.
How about we do one that says the humans betrayed the kobolds and one that says the kobolds betrayed the humans, and we drop the one at this kobold camp, and I'll point to this one here. And then I'll bring the other one to where the ritual's going on and drop one there.
Do you think that would work too?
I mean, if both sides don't trust each other, that's better than one side not trusting the other.
I mean, I heard I'll turn into the half dragon commander from yesterday. I can talk in Draconic and Common. I heard him say use both voices.
So we can stir that up, and then you can lead them into battle, basically? Is that what you're going at?
I'll revert back. I think we should just get them to start attacking each other, and in the chaos, we grab what we need and we get out of here.
So I can drop that. We need to find where the prisoners are. At this point in time, I don't like getting them to fight each other is the most important part. Getting them to stop the ritual actually is the most important part. But
I think at this point, Drake would have been working on drawing, just because he can telepathically talk to St. George. So he's going to get him to give him like a layout, and he's going to draw the map that we can see on the ground in front of us, so we can actually
I would be pointing at spots that I've seen.
And Laura would point out where the commander's tent is in the northeast region.
So if the prisoners are here on the outside of camp, we should be able to work on the prisoners, get that all set up before we do anything else. So why don't we go ahead?
I don't think we have time. He is literally levitating in the air right now, chanting about Tiamat.
I mean, that's possible, but if he
that's factual.
Hypothetically, if the word that you meant to say earlier was fly, then they might have just been casting a spell on him to make him fly, and that's why he levitated.
I wish I knew what words he was saying, but I know what a magical fucking, like, a group casting looks like, and I certainly know that it doesn't take a bunch of you to fly. I can do it all on my own.
Well, here's the thing. One, you and I got wings. We can fly. Easy. Somebody
I would be like,
there without wings.
My dad can turn into a bird, and almost every single one of my family members knows how to cast fly.
Well, it sounds like we've got 3 spots that we were trying to get to if we're taking all our goals into account here. It sounds like the treasure, I have no clue where that is. If we come across it, grab some of it.
I'm going to say that's fine about the goals, but right now I think something more important has arose.
Lorelai will point out that she was informed that the scarf with the gold are over by the commander's tent.
Do you know magic? He would like be pointing at each person. It's like, do you guys know magic? It's like, do you know any spell that you need 8 people to cast?
The big ones.
And you guys all freaked out about Tiamat, and that's the thing I saw in my dreams. And there's 8 people with a person in the middle casting a spell revolving around Tiamat happening right now.
Yes, but here's the thing. We have an army of 200 plus creatures. And
I agree with that, but we were planning on doing something. We were planning on doing something in here anyways.
Yes,
so we need to cause confusion. We don't need to stop them physically. We just need to stop them from casting the spell. If they start fighting each other, I think your guys' plan is the best.
I am totally down.
Then we can carry on with getting out of there, but I think we need to kind of prioritize assassinating whatever this masked person is.
Okay, let's refocus on our goals, because we were only asked to scout this place out, try to find some documentation, maybe recover the treasure, possibly help save some prisoners, and try to help the one Harper who's vanished. I have no idea where he is. Let's keep focused on that goal. Yes,
I'm sorry, but I know what happens in my dreams. And I don't want that to happen.
dreams or a dime a dozen?
Not mine. I saw you in my dreams.
Yeah, right.
I saw every single one of you in my dreams. And you're going to tell me that they're not right? I saw the destruction of the world by fire, poison, acid, and just pure destruction. 5 different elements ripping the entire world asunder. And you're telling me to ignore that? My whole clan is based on this. My whole life is derived around this. And you're telling me to ignore that?
I'm not.
Are you
Well, I
really
mean-
a chosen one?
I think we're escalating this, though, right? Like, do we really think some ragtag group of people out in the middle of nowhere are going to be able to summon like one of the greatest evils in existence? I don't think that's. I don't think a ragtag group of guys in robes are going to be able to pull that off, no matter how long they chant. And this can't be
I'm
the only
sorry,
group.
Shadow, but I'm not here because of some ragtag group. I'm here because of the end of the world.
You're in a
Like-
ragtag group right now. You're not.
We're
gonna be able to
facing a
stop it
rag.
without us.
We're
So
This
do
is a
the shit.
ragtag army. This isn't somebody that can summon the Queen of Evil herself. Like, this is just one group of a much larger group. If whatever ritual
Kobolds
they're
are
casting here,
dragonkin, correct?
yes,
And we
simple
fought a
minded dragons are
dragonkin,
not capable
correct?
of it. Yeah, I mean, but we haven't
And they
seen a
seem to be
dragon
following a
here.
cult of some dragonkin who killed off everybody that Crasher knows, correct?
Have you seen any resources or anything that make it seem
We
like these people
fought
have
a
it,
dragon, correct?
have it together to the point that they could cast the ritual that you're envisioning?
I saw them casting a ritual.
A
Yeah,
ritual.
Any ritual. That could be a resurrection ritual. That can be a spell casting ritual to make themselves stronger as if they're practicing for rehearsal. Trust me, I have an aunt who uses magic all the time.
Drake, why don't you do this one in Draconic?
I'll turn over to the side, turn into the dragon, and deliver in my best, like,
Alan.
voice, commanding voice to the humans have betrayed us. Kill them all.
Alan, take this to the closest kobold camp to where that ritual thingy was happening.
Okay, he'll grab it. And, before he goes, he'll be like, make a human one, saying the kobolds have betrayed us.
I hand another one over.
I'll deliver
And
the
then
same
he'll
lie with the
fly.
same emphasis in that one, but in common, using that guy's voice, using the half dragon voice.
And he'll be like, you guys take care of everything else. I'll take care of my mission.
With a 21 Arcana check, 9 religion check, whatever, can I get anything more from the description of the ritual? Like, does this at all sound like anything I might have heard of before?
Okay. So
So
with the best
Crasher-
description-
Crasher-
how
Crasher's
about
not
we
there.
combine? How about we combine my religion with his arcana?
Yeah, I was
Because
just about to
he
say the
is a
same
dragon,
thing.
and I was part of the cult. So
Right, perfect.
Perfect. Yeah. So with your Arcana check, judging by what he described, how the ritual was going, to you it seems nothing more than probably a cheap party trick. In your perspective, I think. So it's probably a spell that they cast more than like some super crazy ritual. And with I'll let Crasher share what he found out, if you'd like
yeah.
to.
So oh yeah, there it goes. So yeah, I know that as a previous cultist and as with a religious background, I know summoning something like you guys are describing requires major setup, collection of artifacts, a precise location, and a massive ritual. They don't have that here.
They're just a bunch of amateurs, man. Like, it just takes a lot of them to do something that's simple for us. For you and you.
Well, so
I would say that Alanon just doesn't believe it. Like for
No, that
him,
totally checks.
yeah, like he's just like, that's fine. You guys can believe that, but you guys just terrified me with the demon from my dreams that's been haunting my nightmares. So I'm gonna do something about that.
I mean, it works in our total plan
with
because this is
Drake,
something we wanted
with
to do
Drake,
anyway.
with Drake seemingly knowing even more about the dragon stuff than I do, which I'm not smart. I have good wisdom, but I'm not smart. I will address Drake and ask him how he knows as much and what is he hiding.
I feel like Alanon is already flying off by now.
Hiding? What are you talking about, Crasher? I'm not hiding anything. I read. Right? I got a book. It's on me. I'll pull out my spell book. See?
Insight check.
Fair.
I just met you. God
Yeah,
damn
you
it.
couldn't have approached that more sketchy.
No, it's absolutely fair.
God damn it.
But believable.
Pretty big spell book.
Can I use my passive
Oh.
insight? Because that's 15.
I'll say you feel like there's more to the story, but he makes a good point.
Okay. Before
Guys,
we start tearing each other apart here, look, we need to focus.
Let's say Crasher, on the other hand.
We have three
Yeah,
targets
Crasher
in
knows there's
3
definitely
different
more
places
to the story.
right now. We got a group in the south. We got 2 things we can do. Which one do we need to go to first? No way in hell we're gonna get everybody start fighting each other and we all gonna split up and go take care of it. No way.
I think
We're gonna have to.
we need to get what's in the commander's tent. I think we need the emergency. So once Alanon gets the 2 sides to start fighting, if this works, that should draw anybody that's in the commander's tent out. And then we still need Alanon to go in as an animal, grab whatever he can, turn back into an animal and leave, because that's the only way we're going to be able to handle that part of it.
That's gonna be a little difficult being how there are dragon guards, which, if I recall, out of character, have true sight. Right?
True Sight doesn't work on Wild Shape.
Okay. I don't remember.
Because Wild Shape, I legitimately turn into another creature. It's not it's not an illusion spell. I legitimately change into another creature.
So I think we still need to trust Alanon with that part of the plan. I say okay, the stakes are definitely much higher than we thought they were, but we had a good plan. I think the locations are a little weird, but I think we should still follow through with it. The only hiccup is Alanon is definitely going to be needed for the commander's tent, so I don't think that he can help with the prisoners. So who's going to go for the prisoners and who's going to go for the cave?
Well, whoever goes for the commander is also going to need to go get the treasure. Treasure cards are near the commander.
And we don't, if I remember correctly,
We're
we don't
not
need to
getting
bring
the
back-
treasures.
We don't need to bring back the whole treasure. They just said if you can bring back anything. So I have a feeling if there's just a couple items on there that seem really important, if we could just grab that, then we could probably leave the rest behind and they won't care.
I thought the getting the treasure cart was the way we get the prisoners out.
No,
I
if
would
the
like
prisoners
to
are in the
ask-
southern camp-
You have to dig
If the prisoners in the southern camp, if we can get them out of that camp, then they're already completely open to just run all the way back to Greenest.
have to the capital camp to help us get prisoners out without raising the eyebrows. Possible.
I would also like to state that Alanon has left.
Yeah, we know you left. We're talking
We know
about
you
what's
went-
going to happen after you drop those stones that you left.
Yeah. We're hoping that you're going to return after you drop the stones. We don't have any clue.
Okay. I guess logically he would come back to the group and be like, are we going to do something or what?
How about this? Prisoners.
If so, you were talking about there's drakes in front of the um, the
Commanders.
prisoner tent. So do you need manpower to fight them,
There are
or do you need
four
manpower to
patrols.
go the other way?
Four patrols.
I could.
Four dragon guards and four.
I could go for the prisoners, turn into the half dragon. Maybe your two guard friends could back me up, give me authority, and I could go and command the turn over the prisoners to us because we're
They're-
gonna take them somewhere,
they're
and I
not
just take them
really
out of camp.
Guards. They're more like just bandits that. They're bandits who made a poor decision.
Did they? Are they dressed like they belong? Is there like a uniform here? Or are they just wearing random clothes?
They're wearing random clothes like I am. They got picked up from their town and they were promised riches. Now they feel that they can be killed if they get caught with the risk for them
That
to help.
makes it complicated.
Drake,
That's why
you
I
will
think they'd
you
be
will
better off
know
with
that
prisoners.
Drake, you'll know that I took the amulet from the dragon, the half dragon.
Yeah, you got all kinds of items and stuff that he had, so that's gonna be super handy.
Why don't you two take Alan on? Dick, Yak, and I go get the prisoner. We'll have the extra package together too. Hopefully, they haven't changed their mind.
Okay, we'll I'll take Crasher. We'll visit the treasure tent. We'll go with Alan on, and then when we, or wherever the wagon was, the treasure, we'll see if we could grab a couple pieces.
Hell, grab
And
one.
then we'll
Grab one whole part and use it as part of the distraction to get away.
You don't think we should check out what's going on in that cave? I think that's where they took that monk.
I'll go check the cave.
Nah,
You can't go in there by yourself, honey.
I think you might need to go with Lorelei to help with the prisoners.
I actually.
Oh, thank God! I really didn't want to do that.
Okay. So Drake, and
Alan,
I say that me and Crasher go
Yeah, Alan-
swing by. Go ahead.
We can do this.
Alan can go to the cave, and Lorelei and Knick-Knack can go toward the tent, while Drake and I go to the prisoners.
Well, I think you and I should go because the locations are pretty spread out. So I think you and I should go
Well,
to the cave.
size-wise, Lorelei could carry Knick-Knack.
Yeah,
I'm stealthy and fast, so I can get to the cave in and out and probably never even be seen. Lorelei can carry Knick-Knack to the commander's tent, and you guys can get in and out easily. And our closest issue is the prisoners, which are two people that can't fly, can handle.
Drake, I think you should disguise yourself as Mondath, and I should be disguised as Cyanide.
I mean, honestly, you were in the cult already, so you wouldn't stand out if you just walked up wearing what you're wearing now. Does everybody in this cult know that your family was?
It's true, your gear has cult symbols on it.
So I think I could just change it to half
Yeah, everybody
dragon,
thinks
wear
I'm
that.
dead.
So yeah, I could just change it to half dragon, wear the
Everybody-
amulet, and you could just be with me and walk right in as yourself. You just talk
Yeah.
like you used to when you were part of the cult.
Yeah, we could do that too. I just need to put on the hood.
Then you and I say you and I walk right in that cave.
You're picking the
because-
furthest away point, though. That's the issue.
Well, I
You
think
both
let
can't
us-
fly.
I think they're gonna let us get the furthest uncontested. Is kind of what I'm saying. And I think if it really comes to it, I think Crasher could climb that cliff to get over to get out, and I have other ways of getting out.
Like how?
Yeah, if you only think the monk is in the cave, then it wouldn't make sense for us both to go that direction.
Yeah, because if it comes down to it, and I can get to the monk, I can get him out without even. If I can get into the cave with them not noticing me, I can get him out with them not noticing.
How do you,
Yeah, he's a harper, so he's strong.
how do you get the monk out though?
I dig.
But
Okay.
was your plan to dig the prisoners out?
Yeah, but if the prisoners are already at the edge of camp, why do I have to dig them out?
Okay, so Crasher and I go to the commander's tent, and Laura and Knick Knack go to for the prisoners. Then.
Because if he's in a cave deep underneath ground, I just have to get to him, which means I just go above where the cave entrance is and dig straight down.
No, so that
Wait, I
works.
thought
So
me and you were going after the prisoners because we're ourselves and say we're taking the prisoners.
I think the problem with Alanon and Laura doing it is Laura's already been spotted by the guards around the commander's tent, and if she goes back wearing bandit clothes again, I don't think they're going to let her into the tent.
Lorelei is
Right.
also the other best option for the cave too.
So
But that's also all around the other fucking.
I think this is actually a good idea. I think that you go in, get the monk, because you can sneak in past everybody down the stairs. Me and Crasher, we have authority, right? And I'm coming in as one of their commanders, so I should be able to get into the commander's tent.
And then hopefully by the time this is all enacted, we have a rebellion on our hands.
Right, and once the chaos starts, I'll start ordering people around, and we'll just slip out.
Yeah, I think we're on the right track here. I think I need to go for the cave. She needs to go for the commander's tent with Knick Knack because their combined power is enough to get in and out. And then you with your connections are easily able to command people.
Well, that's what I'm saying is the prisoners are on the edge of the camp. So we don't if we're just trying to get them out, you can get them out and run. Whereas if you get the commander's tent, whoever goes in there is going to be pretty decently deep into camp to where it's going to be more difficult to get out if you don't have authority. So we could walk right into the commander's tent as commanders.
And there is the watchtower that you have to do if you get caught. You got to run from not only the guards or patrols of guards.
I was going to say you're at a 60-foot drop, then another 60-foot drop before you get to the commander's tent alone, plus hundreds of feet.
Well,
this is where I'm coming from.
I'm not worried about getting there. I'm just I plan on walking right up to the gate and having them let me in.
Well, that's honestly, yeah. If you guys do that, yeah, I actually don't mind that either. So then we use Knick Knack and Lorelei to get the prisoners out.
Yeah, because we're the only.
Because then Lorelei also has connections with a couple of the other people that are supposed to help us get the prisoners
I can get to the two people and have them come because I told them to meet me by the prisoners when everything goes down. So they could help
and
us.
Shit's about to go down because during this conversation, I assume that I've almost made it to the second camp.
If you're headed there,
oh, he's been gone since honestly, I shouldn't have been part of this conversation at all.
I mean, it's good that you are, just because we have our characters are more intelligent than we are, so it's always nice to have another voice out of character to help kind of reflect that.
Yeah, I'm not as smart as Lorelei. Come on.
Right. I don't have an 18 intelligence in real life. Yeah, I think that's the best plan. I do think that Alanon going for the monk is the better plan. Drake and Crasher, or me and Crasher, definitely have more clout, so I think we can get into the commander's tent if I need to. I can talk my way in if it comes to it. And
we just need to get the prisoners out and away from the chaos. We don't have to escort them all the way back to the village. So once we get the prisoners out, we can meet you guys at the tent, or we can meet Alanon at the gate.
Well, that's probably a good idea. We need a meetup place for after everything's settled. Where do we want
I
to meet
think
up?
we need to meet south of camp, out of camp. Even if it is, we need to scatter and regroup back at Greenest.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I think that right now, the most important thing is that we each complete our objectives.
I think Laura and Knick Knack, why don't you head with the prisoners and just go straight for Greenest? Me and Crasher will meet you there, and Alanon can fly there whenever he needs to.
Yeah, I was about to say, I'll figure it out when I get this monk out. If he's a real monk, then he should be able to keep up just fine.
It'll probably take Crasher a little bit longer.
Look what happened.
If he's still breathing, he's gonna be fine. Because I'm also the healer.
Okay.
Once we're in position, then you can go in your ring, and I can put you on and dash.
Yeah, absolutely. Or I can sever. I can go in my ring and summon St. George, and he can just fly back with it.
Let me try to sort this out real quick. Okay. So Al-Anon's been taken off. Where did you drop the stones exactly?
Okay, so if we're at where I've already dropped both stones, and are we at where I dropped both stones and returned?
No, we're a little past that. I'm just kind of trying to get an idea of where that's taking place at.
Okay, so if I'm already back with the group, I dropped a stone in the brush here, and that's the kobold stone saying that the humans have betrayed us and we need to attack them. And then I dropped a stone there saying that the humans, oh no, it was here, saying that the kobolds have betrayed and the humans need to fight the kobolds.
Can you
So
ping that
the
one more time? I didn't see that one, the last
Up
one.
here.
Oh, okay.
it's right. Oh wait, no, it was where this fucking ritual was going on. So I dropped it in the middle of these tents here.
Like right here. Okay, I see what you're.
Yeah, so I dropped one on the south side of this kobold camp, kind of so it sounds like it's coming from the other kobold camp to this camp. And then I dropped one in between these two human camps. So it sounds like somebody from either camp could be yelling back and forth that the kobolds have betrayed them.
All right. Okay. So that's going on.
Gonna
Now,
be interesting.
okay, so Drake and Crasher, how you guys plan on getting into the camp? Are you guys gonna walk around to the entry, or are you guys gonna climb down the cliff? What you guys thinking?
I think it's gonna do the. I think it would do the most good if we just kind of appeared in camp and just walked across camp.
Okay, so from the actual entrance point.
No, I think like if we just climb down from this cliff, if we could do that,
Oh.
like since it's dark and they can't see us.
Yeah.
I think it might be better for us to descend here and then just kind of like walk right through the area like we've been in camp for a while, not like we just showed up.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, I got you. Knick Knack and Lorelei, how are you guys gonna get down to the prisoners?
Lorelei was gonna carry Knick Knack. Lorelei's strong enough to carry Knick Knack.
For sure. Okay.
And I'm just holding on to Whimsy.
Okay, Knick Knack, you're gonna hate I'm about to say this, but
What?
you're not gonna blend in very well. Kinda need to be towards the
I-
prisoners. I
I-
have to leave you for a moment to go find my friend.
I put in my little notebook here, my to-do list, that I need to find some new clothes. But I don't think we've had time yet.
You know what? Here, and Lorelei is going to give her the bandit outfit that she's been wearing. Here, wear this.
Oh my god, it's so dirty.
I'm sorry, it is, okay? But I can pull off being a bandit in my hunter clothes. So you're good. Why? I'm starting to mimic your accent.
Okay.
But
We're just birds of a feather. It's
I
all
know. Way
It's a
different
very addictive accent. I can't lie.
It is. I'm supposed to be talking in a higher pitch given Lorelei's family.
I've been actively refusing to like repeat his accent this whole time. I was just like, start talking and be like, no.
I can't help it. Southern drawl is coming out. My grandmother from Oklahoma. Yeah. So I have to. Once we locate, I need you to start getting out. If and I'm gonna go find that Bill. I'm gonna have them come join me over here. But I need to hide till I get back. Is that okay?
Yeah, of
Okay.
course.
Lorelei is going to fly her and Max over to near the prisoner area, but not enough to where like they can.
Okay. So what I'm gonna have you guys do is put y'all's tokens where you want to be. Drake and Crash, are you guys trying to be stealthy as you're climbing down? I think Al-Anon would have been able to tell you about the loose rocks.
I would have for sure told them about like terrain and everything. I would have told them about the terrain, the weapons, the grouping,
Yeah.
everything that I could have.
Where exactly?
have
Can you
the-
pull my character where I'm supposed to be? Because I don't think I saw the cave.
Yeah. So you know the cave is right here. I need to see what path you're taking to get there, but this is where the cave is at.
It'll be a straight line at 100 feet.
At 100 feet. Okay. Go ahead and roll me a perception check while you're going there.
Keeping real quick where Alpha Captain was that had the prisoners.
I accidentally rolled at disadvantage. Can I reroll?
I'll take the 22. I'll take the 22. It's fine. I was borderline
Okay,
giving you
cool.
advantage anyway, so. Okay. Yeah, that's the prisoners' camp there,
Alright.
according to Bill and Joanna.
So
Okay, so
we'll hide behind the big tent.
okay, and Crasher and Drake, I'm gonna have you put your characters where you're gonna want to go, and let me know if you're
Crasher,
gonna.
how confident do you feel about being able to climb down this cliff?
The climbing down, I'm not as worried about, but being stealthy, I can't really do.
That's fair. Well, maybe we should go around to the entrance. What do you think?
How high is the cliff?
It would
The
also
main-
make sense for the main dragon guy that was out on a mission to be coming back.
If you're talking, Donnie, I can't hear you.
He said that it would make sense for the main like dragon guy who was out on a mission to be like coming back through an entrance.
Yeah, I'm more worried
Oh,
about
right,
having
yeah,
to
you
talk my way. Like, basically, if I feel like if I'm caught outside walking in, I've got to figure out an excuse for why I'm coming back from the battle late. Whereas if I was just in camp, I could just be like, I've been here, you fool, kind of idea.
Crasher could always just hit you real bad.
Ah,
I don't,
Quick black eye.
I don't love that idea.
everyone loves that idea.
Al-Anon
no.
goes, I mean, well, it's a thought. He flies off.
Do I, that's in character. Yeah, well, let's go around to the entrance. We'll talk our way through the entrance. I feel more confident about that than climbing down a loose shale cliff. Well, I mean, I could just become a kobold and have you lower me down with a rope, but I'm a little worried about you making it down without making too much noise.
I'm also really bad at hiding. Do you want me to roll stealth?
Yeah, I'm gonna have you roll the stealth for sure.
Just act like you belong, okay?
Where is the front gate?
This robe's really big.
Mob, when you get a chance, can you move me and Crasher to the where the gate is?
Yep.
I'm gonna say, Lorelai is gonna make the bandit outfit, like, gonna cut it, make it like, it fits me. Maybe. Sorry. There you go. Snack.
Oh, thanks.
There.
Oh, it's still so dirty.
Me. Want it dirty. You look clean. Fit in. Fine. Look,
I
I've
I
had
hate this.
to deal with older siblings all the time where they're handed down. Dirt not gonna hurt.
My older sibling was the chief. I'm a prince.
Oh,
I'm not used to this.
well, my mom had a pride. Well, Princess
You're
of
like a
Earth,
princess.
no, I'm
Mm-hmm.
No,
Yeah, you don't gotta be humble for me, dear.
far down the line. There's no. Royalty is not my thing.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Okay, I'm gonna knock these out. A couple quick things before we call it here because it is getting past time. But I'm gonna kind of resolve some things that are happening right now. So, Crasher and Drake, you guys make your way to the entrance. Knick-Knack and Laura, you guys are stealthing over here. Al-Anon, as you're making your way towards the cave, looking for this half-elf monk that you're looking for, you spot something below you as you get right there. Directly below you, you see a humanoid figure on the ground, or kind of like kneeling on the ground, not moving. You're 70 feet up right now still?
Yeah.
You can make out that you're looking for a half elf. You can see the pointy ears on this figure. It's looking like.
Do I see anyone else around?
Nope.
I'll dive.
All right. So.
I wonder if I should have called them about the dead guy in the leaves.
I think this was the same guy.
I don't know why Drake had this random thought.
All right. So yeah, you're over next to the half elf here. You can see he's been badly beaten, probably deprived of food and drink. Here.
Is he able to speak?
Yeah, he's tied to a stake. Looks to be severely beaten, denied food and water. Luckily, he has a strong mind and strong wills. He looks up at you. Lisa told you everything I know.
Well, you haven't told me anything. What I'm asking is if you're a monk and if you're who I'm looking for.
Yeah, told you. I'm monk already. Yes.
Oh, well, that's convenient. Do you know how to ride a horse?
Odd question, but I suppose so. Yeah.
Cool. Here. And then he tweets something real quick, casting healing word. And then uses his sword to cut the binds. And then turns into a horse and says, before he turns into a horse, he says, "Get on, don't ask questions. We're getting out of here."
Okay. He's kind of confused. Like, oh, you're not one of them. Oh, thank God. He's kind of like struggles to get to.
Also, things are about to hit the fan right now, so you're gonna need to be quiet.
Noted. He kind of like just lumps over the horse back.
Yeah, I use my wild shape to turn into a riding horse, and he jumps on, and I go directly out of camp in the most direct fashion.
Okay. So for that, you're surrounded by cliff sides on this area. Are you going straight toward the main gate, or?
I'm going this way. I still have another transformation, but I'm just getting him out of... I'm staying out of campfire range, out of sight range, and taking him towards the nearest cliff. Then from there will be another transformation.
Okay.
But we'll get to that when we get there.
Gotcha. Okay, so you guys are headed this direction. Oh my God. Okay, made you guys kind of big, but that's fine. Okay. Lorelai and Nick.
Yes.
Lorelai, you said you're heading over towards your friends Bill and Joanna, right?
Gonna let them know that they need to get their asses down now.
All right, go ahead and roll me a stealth check. As you're moving along. I'm assuming flying, right?
Oh yes.
Or you?
Flying.
Oh shit! I would have seen the cliff face from where I was at, right?
Yeah.
I wouldn't have turned into a horse then.
Okay.
Woo!
I would have
That's
freed him,
19.
and I would have been like, "You can run, right? We gotta run a little bit."
I could try. Can't promise I can go very fast.
Did the
I-
healing word on him.
I did the healing, so I was like, "Do you need more healing or what?"
He kind of like stands up. He's like, "You're right. Feel a lot better." I forgot about that.
Yeah, I was about to say that's great to hear. Less talking, more running. Let's go. Come on. Just like pat him on the back, be like, "This way. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go."
Okay. All right. So as you're heading over there, Lorelai, a cultist, or a bandit actually, comes around the corner, Knick-Knack.
Hi.
What are you doing, right? Are you the one that's supposed to be bringing food to the prisoners?
Yes, I am.
Well, you better get in there. They're in the tent waiting.
Is there like a cutting board? I'm making sashimi.
So what? Oh, where did they find you people? It's like, I don't know. That's the guy over in that tent. He kind of points to this tent here.
Fucking sashimi.
Well, I have a puffer fish.
That's true. Yeah, he kind of like points you in the direction of this tent, and then he kind of walks off. Looks like he's like heading back this direction.
I didn't see a ping or anything, but I would go to that tent.
Okay, my bad. I'm making these tokens all kinds of different sizes right now. Oh, okay, he's on a different layer, that's why. Yeah, so this guy came around the corner here. And
Okay.
He pointed at this tent here.
Oh, the big tent.
The one
Yeah.
we're hiding behind.
Yeah. And
Okay.
he starts to walk
Yeah.
off.
Oh my God, Whimsy, that was so close.
I feel like Whimsy sounds like R2D2.
A little bit. A little bit.
A slightly annoyed R2D2 because it's like, you just told him that you were gonna cook something out of me.
Yeah, okay. So you make your way over to the tent. Inside, you see a couple more cultists, like kind of have some like prisoners tied up. They look starved and overworked for sure. Like, are you the one supposed to be bringing food?
Yes, I was told there was a cutting board in here.
You see one of them kind of like reach towards a table, and he just throws a block of wood at you. He's like, "Get to it then," and he starts to walk out of the tent.
Oh, I'm sorry. Excuse me. What I'm preparing, it is a family recipe, so I might need you to hey, you can just wait outside for a moment if that's okay.
Whatever. He starts to walk out of the tent.
Oh my God, Whimsy! I can't believe that worked too.
Go ahead and roll a perception check for me.
Yeah, we're good at this.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay. So you hear a conversation outside. You hear the two guards talking. Yeah, send him in. He's feeding them right now. Make sure they stick around. Make sure he doesn't feed them too much. just don't want them to die on us. As you're kind of grabbing this block of wood to try to like do what you're doing, I guess.
I'm just like knocking on the wood. Like I don't have any food or anything. I'm just trying to make sounds like I'm cutting something.
Go ahead and roll a deception check. I'll give you advantage.
Oh, nat 20.
Hell yeah.
Whoa!
There we
Sounded real good.
go.
Fuck yeah, dude! I can't
You-
believe this is working.
You're making a little sound.
This is some Looney Tune shit.
I am.
I absolutely
Chefing it
love this
up.
character, by the way, hands down.
Lorelai, you make it over to Bill and Joanna. They kind of notice you, and they kind of start to sneak off to the edge of the edge of tents where you guys had met prior.
Right now.
Uh,
So,
they look around. They're holding each other's hand as they are following closely behind you.
Has there been alarm raised or anything else going on in the camp?
Well, we're getting there.
I have a passive perception.
Because I've already dropped down the beacons.
Right. Yeah, we're getting there. Okay. Several things are happening at one time, so I got to do it in.
No, I didn't mean to sound pressuring or anything.
No, you're,
That's my
you're
bad.
good. You're good. So, Drake and Crasher, you guys make your way to the front gate. You see the kobolds. They look kind of confused as people are making their way into the camp this late. As you guys are approaching, how do you guys proceed about this?
Not even glancing in their direction. I'm just gonna walk in like I own the place.
Okay. One of the kobolds comes over. And, hey! What are you doing? And he kind of gets
Out of my
closer.
way,
Oh.
fool! In Draconic.
Oh, God, Mr. Silent, I didn't know it was you. I didn't know you made it out of greenest alive. Okay, sorry. And he kind of like pulls back, and you see some other kobolds coming up, and then he kind of like slaps. He's like, "Go that way. It's Lord Sirenrath." And they're all kind of like looking perplexed, but they allow you through.
The ones that look perplexed and the original one, I'm gonna point at all of them and say, you, escort me to the commander's tent.
Yes, sir. They're kind of like stumbling around, grabbing their daggers. They they head over there.
Be sure the way is clear and clean.
And they're head held high, like I own the place. Occasionally glancing over at Crasher. We'll make our way toward the commander's tent, unless he wants to do something.
I'm gonna have you real quick, both of you guys, roll deception checks with advantage. This is kind of a passive check. I'm gonna leave this one up here. So
Okay, well, using lucky.
yeah.
Okay.
It's good.
There we go.
yeah.
Okay. Beautiful. All right. Yeah. You got yourself an escort going on. Making your way downtown, walking fast. You know.
With a kobold escort.
So, Lorelai, as you're heading back with Bill and Joanna, you can hear some commotion coming from these tents over here.
Faster.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me a stealth check with advantage.
Oh, that's not better. That's not much better.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So you guys are heading back. I'm gonna write this down real quick. I think we're gonna go ahead and end it here because it might get pretty drawn out at this point. So,
Little Harry.
little hairy. So
That's about to get weird.
Drake and Crasher.
Can't lie. This is the weirdest way we've ever split the party.
Yeah.
Yep.
I thought this was going to be a challenging session for me as a DM in a completely different way.
It's like basically a chess game as how as it turned out versus like what you thought it was going to be.
I 100% thought you guys were going to go in and start talking to some people, get some information. Not how that went, but that's okay.
We were sneaky little fuckers.
Laura
Chess,
is with...
not
I.
Oh, I don't know. Now you're cooking sashimi for a bunch of prisoners at camp. It seems pretty sneaky to me.
I'm pretending to cook sashimi.
He's playing blocks for a bunch of prisoners right now.
Nick Nack is making fake sashimi.
Is that a statement that you ever thought you would make in a D&D game?
No.
So one of my players is making fake sashimi right now, playing blocks.
Someone's playing pretend while we're playing pretend.
I guess I do have like some rations. So worst case scenario, I can at least chop up a ration and like give it to each of the prisoners. And so they can be chewing on something if someone comes in.
Like, I need more cutting boards, and just make like a charcuterie board on your rations for each person.
Yeah, exactly.
The tiny owl is telling the fucking monk to run. Like, it's like, hey, no, just shut up. Run time. We'll get to the rest later.
All right. So I think we're
God,
gonna.
this makes me
end it
even
there.
more curious of what's in that cave. Like, if it's not the monk, what is
I
it?
know, dude. It's killing me, but we have to do what we have to do.
I bet you there's a dragon in that cave. Where's the dragon from the attack? We haven't seen them.
I mean, it'd be not a very big dragon. It's only a 15-foot tall cave.
That's
No.
the entry.
That's on this
we
side.
can do all
Oh,
this stuff
shit.
and, like, get the
I mean, it's
prisoners
true.
out and then make our way to the goddamn cave, but we split the party
It's
three
true.
ways.
I mean, we could. I have message. If you guys want to try to like organize ourselves back, we could do that.
Let's see how this goes first. We got a commotion from the camp.
Yeah.
I was saying we have 3 separate theft and rescue operations going on. We probably should focus on the task at hand.
The main goal. We can explore the cave later for when they leave the camp.
It's gonna be a hell of a recap next week.
Here, can't make fake sashimi. Laura has to help prisoners.
Crasher and Drake's disguised and are leading an escort towards the commander's tomb. What the hell, guys?
We're killing this module. I'm just gonna throw that out there.
I was gonna say we are absolutely doing work right now.
There's so many ways to tackle this. This is all about problem solving. This portion, and this is not one I could have possibly foreseen. But I'm super fascinated on what's gonna
We are
happen.
solving some serious problems right now. We're probably creating a whole lot too,
Oh,
but like
yeah.
we're definitely solving something.
For sure. You guys got one part of it done, for the most part.
I mean, if things get too hairy, Crasher can just take me hostage.
I'm just really hoping civil war happens between this cult because of what we did.
I know I spelled sashimi wrong. There's the recap.
Just splitting single ration between 2 persons. I like it. One of them's like, This isn't sashimi.
You're just clacking blocks together, and you're just like, here's some dried meat, here's some dried meat. Continues to clack blocks together.
We'll find out what happens next week.
Dun dun dun.